It's me again, Boo, and this time I'm back with part 3 of my Hilde Soliani collection. And these three, like I said, we're into my total favorites now. And one of these I just have, the first one I'm going to talk about, I just have a decant of. And these three that I'm going to talk about are what I'm going to be rocking the spring and summer. I consider them more spring, summer kind of scents. And it's been tempting to wear a couple of them this winter, but I have so many others of hers that I've been wearing this winter that I haven't. So the first one I'm going to talk about is, I know I'm going to butcher this, Mangiami. And this, like I said, I just have this little tiny decant of it. Right now I've got another big decant coming. And yes, I will totally be buying a full bottle of this. Mangiami Dopo Teatro. In parentheses, it says eating after the theater. I think that's what it means. Mangiami Dopo Teatro is a gourmand, fruity composition with the dominant note of melon. Cheerful scent of happy moments with friends after the theater. And there's only two ingredients that it shows, or notes in there, and that's citruses and melon. And honestly, that's really true to what you get. This reminds me of Midori. It smells to me like if you dropped a watermelon Jolly Rancher into some Midori and then smelled it. That's what this reminds me of. It is incredibly yummy. It doesn't have that coolness that the Midori and the watermelon Lifesaver has. Because you know they have kind of this coolness to it. This has a slight warmth to it. It's like a warm kind of melon smell. I find that very surprising. And I'm very surprised I like it. This is a little this I could totally see appealing to the very young. Of course, it's out of the very young's price range, but I could see teenagers loving this up to, older than me. And it is just a very simple, wonderful, fresh melon, warm kind of a fragrance. I don't know where the warmth comes from. I find that very odd. So anyway, and the ingredients are just like I said, melon and citruses, and nobody says it smells similar to anything. So that's from the Teatro Olfativo di Parma line. And that is Mangiami Dopo Teatro by Hilde Soliani. So then the next one I'm also crazy about, and I will also be rocking this coming spring and summer. Oh, most definitely will I. And this is called Sipario. And you can get all of these on Lucky Scent is where I would get it. There's another place, it's like New London Pharmacy or something, I think. She has a few of her fragrances on there, not very many. But they're no different price than Lucky Scent. So you get, samples with Lucky Scent. I don't know if you do with that London Pharmacy place. But you can also go to Perfumed Court or Surrender to Chance and get some samples or some decants of them if you're pretty sure that you're going to like them, because they have all sizes of decants. You can get from a half an ml up to a half ounce, I think is the largest I've seen. So this one is called Sipario. And I love this whole line. She has several lines. This is the Teatro Olfativo di Parma line. And almost every one of these I have. I am so crazy about them. Oh, so yummy. This reminds me a little bit of Red Tulipano, and I'm not quite sure why, but it does just a little bit. It has, again, it's very simple ingredients. It's inspired from the pina colada, and it's made with vanilla, pineapple, coconut, and rum. And that's what this is made of. I mean, I used to be a bartender, and I'm pretty sure that's about it for how you make a pina colada. So, and everybody says this is pretty beastly and long lasting, and I agree. Oh my gosh. But, this, okay, here's the thing. For me, yes, this smells like a pina colada, but this isn't your daughter's pina colada. This isn't a 21-year-old's pina colada. This is top shelf pina colada. And it's almost as if it's being drank out of a, I don't know, like a coconut shell or something, because it's not that sweet, foody kind of coconut smell. I mean, I go to Hawaii every year. We eat coconut every time we're there. My husband, he loves just grabbing a coconut that he's seen fall or is laying there and tearing it apart with his hands. And it's some man thing. I don't know. I don't get it. But, it's either that or blow shit up. And so he can't blow shit up over in Hawaii. So he tears apart these coconuts. It's a dude thing. I don't question it. I just go, nice, honey. Well done. So, anyway, and then we will drink the coconut water. It's more like coconut water, not really milk. And eat the coconut, and the smell is just like this. It almost has this resinous quality to it. It's this thickness, this denseness to the coconut that you don't get as soon as that coconut is shipped off of the islands. You just don't get it. As soon as it's in the store and you open it, it's nothing compared to that. No candy bar, no coconut that shredded nothing to me smells the same as when you open a coconut fresh that has fallen off of the palm. There, like I said, there's this denseness to it, a richness, a creaminess to the smell that you get. But I just keep wanting to say resinous because that's what it reminds me of. It's like coconut resin. And that's what this smells like. And add some of the pineapple and a little bit of vanilla. And you've got Sipario. It is amazing. I am crazy about this. And here's the other thing about Hilde. These summer scents aren't supposed to last. Right? I mean, how many summer fragrances do you not have to carry a decant around for? The heat makes them evaporate quicker. The nature of the notes, they just evaporate quicker. It's just, because that is what they do, like grapefruits and citruses and things like that. And you sweat, and so that dilutes it, and so there's a plethora of reasons, just a cornucopia of reasons why fragrances don't last in the summertime. Hers do. On my skin, like I've always said, hers do work better on skin than clothes, which is so counterintuitive, but they do, and they last. The melon one, I mean, when I got that sample, we had a heat wave going on here. I mean, it was hot for my area of the country, and went unseasonably so. And I wore it 9 hours, no problem. Melon-based fragrance, 9 hours. And this one, coconut pineapple-based fragrance, 10 hours. So I'm telling you, these are going to last me a long time. They're spendy, but they're worth the money. I do carry around a decant of red tulipano, but that is more of my Prozac, Red tulipano is one of the ones that can snap me out of my moods, really quickly. Well, at least it was the only one. So whenever I feel funky and just pissy and cranky or depressed or whatever, I just spritz a little bit on me no matter where I was, and I feel a little better. Well, I've got a few other fragrances now I'm going to be doing that with too. So I am going to be carrying decants, but not because I need to respritz due to poor performance, just because I sometimes need to respritz, like taking a as needed, painkiller kind of thing. For me, I'd rather spritz perfume than take a Tylenol. So that's what I do. So anyway, that's Sipario from Hilde Soliani. And the last one I'm going to talk about, do I have time? Yeah. Whoa, that was close. is amazing. And this is the iris. Oh my gosh. This one is lovely. There's only one other iris that I love as much, and they're apples and oranges when it comes to iris, and that's the iris from Healy. I'll be doing a thing on that. That one is a crazy earthy kind of an iris, a real it sweetens up in the dry down, but it's a very earthy, like an iris pulled from fresh tilled ground or something, really dark, rich, like the kind of soil we have here in Washington State, that black soil, that volcanic soil, you know. There's a smell to it, and if anybody's been around volcanic soil, they'll know what I mean. It's this rich earthiness that you just don't get with sandy soil or clay soil or anything like that. Well, that's the way the Healy iris smells. It's like an iris pulled from its roots from a freshly tilled, volcanic, earthy kind of soil. Not this. Oh, no. This is if you dipped that, you cut the blossom off of that iris, and you've dipped it in honey water. That's what this reminds me of. It's sweet and it's feminine. Now, this one I don't think is as unisex as a lot of her fragrances are. I still totally think a guy could pull it off, but it is a little sweeter, and it just has this flavor to it that just lends itself to, you know, if you are a guy wearing it, you need to have moves, because I think that this is kind of girly, and you need to have something on top in order to pull it off. So guys with moves, you can totally rock this fragrance, but otherwise it's kind of chickified, you know. And usually that's really rare for her. Most of hers are so unisex. But this one, I think the right guy could, but I don't think my husband ever could. We'll just say it like that. Oh, man, this is so nice. So I'm going to tell you what's in it. And, you know, it's crazy because her fragrances smell so unique and so different than anybody else's that I have. And yet she uses almost the least amount of ingredients, and it just always blows my mind. So this one, Elegant Iris, features green, floral, and woodsy notes. Green opening leads to the floral heart composed of iris, jasmine, and mimosa. The moderate base combines woodsy and musk notes. I don't get a lot of musk out of this. And, you know, I use the term musk loosely because I use it for pretty much any animalic kind of an aroma. I'll say it smells musky. Not my thing. You know, I just don't really care for most of those musky smells. I don't get that in this at all. I really don't. This is pretty linear too. I will say it doesn't have a huge dry down. But it's a sweet, almost candied iris, in my opinion. So, and let's see if anybody says it smells similar. No, nobody does. And everybody says it's heavy and long lasting. And like, I think it's long lasting and heavy on your skin. This is one I have worn a few times this winter just because I love it. I am so crazy about it. But I will be absolutely bathing in this come springtime. So that is her, I know there's a, this is from a certain line, the irises. Oh, what is it? Yeah, the Ti Amo. Same as the red tulipano. So anyway, that's part 3 of my Hilde Soliani collection. I'll be back with my 3 top favorites, and they're the ones I've been wearing all winter long, or 4. I think it's 4. Well, whatever. I'll finish it off with my favorites from Hilde Soliani. But until then, I hope you all have a great weekend. All right, peace.